why are you playing this Yogananda Nanda Fazanda Skapazzafolia Gandananza Schmagen the Flagen music? It's because we are connecting with my dear friend and possible vying. We'll see. I've good feelings for her. We'll see. She's got great chances at this. Vying for the Miss Coronavirus 2020. We'll see. It's a dream that can be had. Charlene comedy. Charlene May. It's Charlene in her own living room. Hi, Charlene.
But I have to go. Which way do I go? Okay, there it is.
You're fine. Yeah, just just find the hole. You know, remember, as they say in the Navy, there is no wrong hole. So, hold on, I got to move my little sales pitches out of the way so that they don't get in the way while we're trying to do this. Hey, so for those of you in the know and do have the know and am knowing and can know, if you haven't known and you don't know and you're just joining us, what's happening? Hi, people. Hopping in here with Charlene, who opens for me when we're on the road and does her own comedy thing when she's not, and all that stuff. And so a couple of days ago, she posts to her Instagram, because that's how life happens now, that she's sick and in isolation. And I went, how's that different from normal? And then I found out, and so you're what with your thoughts?
Now I'm just still alone with my thoughts.
Right. Yes. It's the navel gazing that all comedians look forward to. That's the great part. So say hi to the chat room, Charlene. They're saying hi to you and whatnot. There we go. Yeah. And let's see. I'll be gaming later, Twitch folks, but this is just for YouTube and our dear friends over there currently, because I don't trust anybody on the Facebooks these days. So Charlene, you're getting tested tomorrow for COVID? Is that what's happening? In theory? How do you know that it's tomorrow? Are you going there for sure because you've already got an appointment, or?
Well, it's been hard to be tested. People act like, just go get your test. I'm like, oh, I'll just drive through Chick-fil-A and be like, can I have a Chick-fil-A? It doesn't work. I called the doctor. I called the other doctor because I was having such breathing problems that I was going, okay, I don't like this. I don't mind being sick, but I mean, I couldn't, I had to, as far as yoga, and to be serious for a minute, I had to go, you're not dying. Like, I had to tell myself, as far as my breathing and knowing all about meditation and yoga, I was like, okay, just focus on your breath. You're okay. You're here.
Right.
Even right now, I'll start talking a lot and then I get very winded. But I was begging for a test and they were like, not unless, you're collapsing. And even then, no, because they were saying it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You should just stay in, stay away from everybody. That's it. It won't matter if you get tested.
Right.
So and then accidentally somebody I saw on Instagram Live, she texted me yesterday, this person I know at work, and she said, I can get you tested.
Wow.
And then but it's an hour drive tomorrow. I have to take by myself.
Wow.
I don't know.
While short of breath. That's fun.
I know. And my friend's like, doing it. Why are you doing that? I was like, because I want to know.
Yeah, it would be helpful. It would take the pressure off, or at least let you know what you have to focus on going forward. Right? If you've got this challenge ahead of you, it's better to know it's coming. And if you don't, you could just stay away from people who will give it to you and just heal from whatever this is. Right?
Yeah. I think you're right. Everyone's saying, like, it doesn't matter. You still have to stay quarantined.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. What is going to change? And I'm like, yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Like, a diagnosis is a huge change. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You sit here and think you're just stop it. You don't need to know if you have.
Look, ignorance is bliss. What is the problem? How do you not know? That's amazing.
I know.
So, well, this is an interesting question because you were a yoga instructor. Most people don't know that. You are quite skilled in the yoganess. Even though flexible horse seem to be your main nemesis from a stand-up point of view, you have all the makings of one. At least in the flexibility area. The what? Right.
Usually that's when guys will be like, "What do you teach yoga?" And I'll like, "Yeah, I'm a yoga teacher." And they always go,
Right.
"Wow."
Maximum.
I'm like,
Mhm.
"No, it's like,
And
okay."
you're gullible. Ever been in a sex cult? So, but in all seriousness, I think one thing that yoga gives you is a connection to your breath that most people don't have. Yeah.
True.
So,
Well, yeah. And I had to do there's a calming breath. So you inhale for 7, you hold for 4, exhale for 5.
what if counting makes you
But
nervous? I
what
can't
if you
do
go to
math. 7, 5. How many? Oh my! I'm having a panic attack. Panic. Is it 7? I was holding my breath for 5, and then going to 7, and then 2, and then I
please?
peed a little.
Um, yeah. Well, yes, but well, what's funny is nothing about not being able to breathe and then having to focus on your breath. But this is what I was going to say saved me, and it was who was the guy from CNN? And I think he has gray hair. I think he's Anderson Cooper's producer slash boyfriend. He got it. I'll forget it.
Andy, what's his name? Who
I
did New Year's with him? No,
yes,
they're not
he's the one that
boyfriends,
told
are
me to
they?
get this.
Oh, sorry. Her internet is choppy, guys. You're gonna have to be
I don't
forgiving.
know. I thought they were for some reason, and then I'm
Okay,
like, maybe they're not. I don't.
right. So, what is that? What did you hold up?
Oh, it's because it's raining and where I'm located. Oh, is it done?
No, you're there.
The pulse oximeter. Pulse.
Pulsometer?
Yep. Pulse. I don't know why I say oximeter. Pulse oximeter?
I don't know. Does it read how much
It
oxygen
doesn't.
is in your blood?
Yes.
Uh,
So then that way I know if I'm having a panic attack, or because it stresses you out
sure.
I still have shortness of, so I still take deep breaths, and then I have to and then my heart is racing. But
Sure.
this will tell me if it's a dangerous level and then I should do something. Or because it just it makes it worse. Like if you start to go, oh, I can't breathe. What are you going to do? You start,
Right.
because sometimes I feel like I'm underwater. Start to go, and I have to go, stop, calm,
Yeah.
focus.
Yeah.
But this helps me to.
Chris Cuomo on CNN has been talking about his experience with it and how important it is in a lot of ways for him to just be aware of his need for oxygen and just be on top of it. So he's been resting to take care of himself, but light exercise just to keep the oxygen flowing in your body so you're not, walking, a little bit of just movement, stretching, that kind of stuff. Because let's say you get all this oxygen, you manage to get whatever oxygen you have in your lungs. If it can't go anywhere because you're a stagnant mess, that exacerbates the problem. It may not cause more damage from, COVID or any comorbidity from it, but it can raise your stress level and your panic level quite a bit. You're not getting oxygen to your
Well,
limbs.
exactly. Well, it seems like the guy was saying, you just read so much, and everybody has a different take on it.
Mm-hmm.
But what's funny is I didn't have no cough, but it was a Manhattan Beach doctor that posted on our next door who said all the symptoms he had were all my symptoms.
Mm.
So I immediately took myself out, and then I came here. And then, at night, like they were saying, it's really bad at night, where I don't even want to go to sleep. I don't know why the night thing.
Right.
But you don't really, you don't want to walk to anywhere. I didn't eat for 3 days. I don't want to walk anywhere because I don't want to do anything.
Right. I understand. So you have how long has this been going on? How long have you felt this?
I was sick with a headache and not feeling well. Like something's not right for 2 weeks. And then that was 2 weeks ago. And then the last week I stayed in bed with 3 coats on and was shivering. And then when I saw the Manhattan Beach guy, I said, okay, I have all these symptoms. I should just go.
Right.
And then the shortness of breath and, but I mean, I'm taking it with good. I mean, I'm laughing at all my friends and everybody. Here, let's send you all these horrible stories of everyone dying. Does this make you feel better? Bye bye.
Yeah. Oh man. I will say
I'm
though.
like, who died?
I will say that living in Manhattan Beach is a comorbidity in any ways. Do you, do you
Is a what?
is a comorbidity? It's a it's a reason to kill people anyways. It's a pre
Well,
living in Manhattan Beach is a pre-existing condition.
well, you know what's funny is about being here. It's like it's so funny. The beach is like they're just freaking out because they can't walk on the beach. Because I was walking on the Strand, and then everybody's freaking out because they can't be on the beach. What? We can't be on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And then drive down the street, and it's like it looks like there's a parade like on the next street up. So they just moved up. So it looks like there's so many people out.
Right.
We have 5 doors. It's like you have $1 million mansion.
Yeah.
Like I have a 4-bedroom apartment here.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean? You have 18 rooms.
You have an atrium.
Relax.
You have an atrium. You can go outdoors while staying inside.
Right. And they're just like, this is ridiculous. And then somebody called the police on somebody because they were on their lawn. So they're like, it's just funny. A little funny. I don't know. I guess.
Super weird mix. So do you find yourself, and this is interesting because I think you and I talked about this at one point, but I post like second or third season of Queer as Folk, I started having panic attacks, just ripping ones, just felt like a heart attack, thought you're gonna die instantly, didn't trust myself to drive, really heavy stuff, and I was like, I am not the kind of person to have panic attacks. Like as far as my psychological state and how I handle stress. My character sure as shit is though. And I'd been spending so much time as somebody else that somebody else is the kind of person who would have panic attacks, basically had a physiological toll on me. The way when I heard about it, everybody's like, yeah, once you start having panic attacks, you're going to have them forever. That's just the diagnosis. And I went, and I'm like, how often is that the case? Like 90% of the time. I was like, I'm in the 10% then. Forget it. So I started self-medicating essentially with yoga. Anytime I felt one coming on and I didn't care where I was, if I was in the grocery store, I don't give a shit. I'll start doing yoga poses randomly. And I started doing that for a while. And it's because when you do yoga, you really twist yourself into shapes where you can only breathe in your lower lungs. You know what I mean? When your arms are turned sideways and you're twisted, your breathing in your upper chest is almost impossible. It all goes to your gut. And that's the whole point anyway. So not only you're focused on breathing low, but you're also, you don't have much choice, right? So you get more oxygen. Yeah.
So you want to breathe from your belly, but when you do panic, like in the middle of the night, I don't even know I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
What do? You hold your breath. You go,
yes,
and then you're not breathing.
Right.
So you go breathe. So then you just go, but then all of a sudden you're breathing from. I can tell I'm breathing from up here, and I go, and I'll just have to push it down into the belly. So you.
That's what worked for me. That was the thing that helped me figure it out. And it was like super acute for months. And then I got over it, and then I went back to work, and I was like, there were a couple of times where I was like, am I triggering it again from all the stress? And so I did acupuncture after every season for the rest of the run for 3 months, once a week, doing acupuncture and then doing yoga. And that's how I ended up beating it. It's just, I don't have them anymore. I don't have anything that even remotely looks like them anymore. And that works really well. But a lot of it has to do with knowing that I'm breathing low into my gut. And the way this disease affects you, though, it affects your gut or your lower lobes of your lungs. So that deep area where you can breathe is really, gets gummed up first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, my heart's racing right now. And then I start to
I'm happy to see you too, Charlene.
Oh, you're just so handsome. My heart is so cute. Racing like a horse.
I try, but in all honesty, like talking a lot will obviously, I thought, what a great idea. If you're having shortness of breath, have you be on my live stream and talk a bunch.
No, I'm listening to you. No, I mean, this is the way I feel all the time. But I actually am better today, and I'm better than I was, and I slept. Now,
Good.
this is the weird thing. I've slept so much that people go, "You're sleeping? That's fantastic." I go, "No, this isn't sleeping. It's like I'm in a coma."
Yeah.
I literally sleep for 12. I wake up for 2 hours, then I go back to bed, and then I wake up like, and then I go right back to bed. There's a slurring, like, and then I sleep for another 6 hours, and I'm like, how am I sleeping this heavy?
Yes.
And then, you know
I've
what I mean?
slept
So it's just
I've slept amazingly heavy the last few weeks, and I think it's just because of my sleep cycle is what I want it to be, as opposed to what life has dictated in some ways, and my body's having a hard time getting used to that, because we go do shows, we're up late at night, and then the next morning you got to get up and do radio, and then you nap in the afternoon, then you got 2 shows that night where it's got to be like middle of your day, and then on and on and on. So my dreams lately have been super intense.
me too.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's just having fever at night.
I think they're spraying something in the sky. I think it's chemtrails. They're spraying dream juice on us from space. Charles Hayden says, "I just love Charlene comedy." That's it. He's tagging you in it. It's very sweet. Thank you. Hold on. Pop that up in there. I don't know if. There you go. There she is.
Oh, hi, Charles.
Yeah.
Charles and Charlene is a form of Charles.
That's right.
Just so you know.
That's right. You are the non-binary versions of each other. So, did you now? If you think you have it, where do you think you got it?
Okay, so this is the funny part. I have this story for you.
Okay.
I went to 2 weeks.
Australia.
February.
Right.
To do Perth Fringe. Then I went to Bali as a side trip. So as I'm coming home at the end of February from Bali, they're like, we get shut down in the Bali airport. There's no going. We're going to Hong Kong. And they said, no, people aren't going. All the machines shut down. I'm telling you, it's around this airport,
right.
And everyone is to sit. And we had nowhere to go. We're sitting down because you couldn't even get in the gate to sit around and do your own thing.
Right.
You're just in a line, snakes for hours. So I just happened to be in a line with all these people that were from Hong Kong, and that they were living. I'm just going to stay in Bali and avoid this mess. So it's like they were from the future telling me what was going to happen in America.
Right.
So they were like, people from Hong Kong were like, it's going to happen to you. And we are smarter than this, but we are acting like a third world country. And they were talking about how it was pandemonium and they were shutting down. And, and I had my mask on because I was told to wear a mask. So he was telling me all these things don't do. Go home and get toilet paper. Go home and do this and do that and get food and get it.
Yeah.
And I did none of that. I was like, that's
no one
nice.
listened to me.
But I didn't listen. So he was telling me all these things just about how his family had been stuck in the house for a month, and then how he had decided to stay in Bali for a month because what's the point of going home and being stuck in Hong Kong?
Right.
And so that's where I got winded.
Yeah. So you were in Australia, then Bali with a bunch of Chinese people in line, close proximity, no social distancing. You were wearing a mask, but so were half of them, right?
Right. Yes, you're absolutely right. So yes, and Bali's like the what is it called when it's the destination for like Australia and Hong Kong and Singapore.
Right. The perfect cesspool of disease.
I know. I didn't notice. I'm like, this is amazing. I can be getting massage every day. This is wonderful.
Great. No. What are you massaging me with? A dead bat? I don't know. It's a local thing. So what's this oil made from? It smells funny. It's a bat blood and urine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So my skin has never looked better. I feel like I could go open casket, honestly. So I've never felt self-conscious.
Wonderful. I'm just gonna base. This is that
So good. So yeah, Bali, by the way, named after. Where does Bali get its name?
Bali? I don't know. Indonesia? I don't know. Bali?
Paris.
Paris?
Paris. It's the pronunciation of Paris. Yeah.
Bali?
Bali. Yeah.
Bali is Paris?
Mm-hmm. That's where it got its name.
I'll fact check you later.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of why like Versailles, Kentucky is got the same spelling as Versailles. Crazy.
We're gonna go sail. We are from Versailles.
Come on, man. So and Jill Carter says hi, Charlene and Hal.
Oh, hi.
Yep, everybody's And Carl says it is pouring off and on in the Anaheim Hills. Are you near there? Is that the rain you're feeling?
I'm in the South Bay.
Okay. Not that far though. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So
watching your live stuff.
So basically, well, I'm hoping I'm keeping you entertained. That's my goal. I know everybody's stuck in and there's,
Well, it's a good way to deal with it by somebody filtering it. And I don't the politics is like, I get a little tired of that, but I like the funny. Okay, make me laugh about this.
Right.
Let me see it a new perspective, but it's like the anger and hate from like anybody, like, it's like, okay.
It's funny because I catch myself sometimes getting exasperated with them when they really start lying hard and they're completely full of shit and it's damaging. But I'm like, I feel myself like getting up in that zone. I'm like, no. Back off, find a way to be funny about it, because none of us can do anything about what's happening currently. So we got to learn how to. This is about emotionally dealing with it. We'll do a deep dive on the details afterwards. You know what I mean? It's like.
Well, history always will tell the truth.
Yes.
Everybody, and obviously, yes, it's like somebody doing a magic trick, and you're like, I can see the bunny. No, you can't. No, you can't.
No.
So.
Right.
You're like, so you got to play the game. I guess I got to play the game. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So it's that they, and they're covering, but it's like, what are you gonna do? Yeah, we totally knew we were gonna make a lot of people die, and we were like, this is stupid.
We're kind of cool with that. Let's call the herd a little. It's only getting certain people right now. We don't have to try too hard. Yeah. Well, it's the difference between watching a magician on stage, using your analogy, and a faith healer who's a charlatan. Like, if it's a magician, I wouldn't say a thing because it's a show and it's meant to, entertain. I don't look for how they did it. I want to see how smooth they are and it's enjoy it. I don't feel the need to pick apart a magician. But a faith healer, like that dude who did surgery and pulled the tumor out of Andy in Man on the Moon, when he goes and sees the faith healer, Andy Kaufman, and he went and see it, and he could see the guy with the fake gunk up his sleeve, he knew he was cheating. Like, those people need to be called out, you know what I mean, and mocked thoroughly. So I figure a good solid daily roast is worth it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think it's a good way to like sieve through it, like without everybody else. I think. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I've been enjoying and getting your facts. While you're imitating it, whatever it is.
Right. Say it again. I didn't hear you. Dropped out.
So I'm saying it's a fun way to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Oh, I appreciate that.
You're doing. I love the quarantine.
It's totally what it is. It's totally. I love the '80s quarantine edition.
I feel like it is.
Because it's
funny.
Because it's fucking absurd. You know what I mean? But either way, like, I'm looking forward to. I'm one of those people when they say, "Will we ever be the way we were?" I'm like, "You do." Did you see what factories look like? 2 years after the fucking Spanish flu, and they didn't even know at that point how to fix that shit. It just went away. You know what I mean? There were no real treatments post Spanish flu. It just died itself out. It just killed everybody. You know?
Well, I don't even know anything about the Spanish flu,
Yeah.
so I'm not.
Basically, it was a 2-year pestilence, and it wiped out a ton of people, and they had to work very hard on it. But ultimately, it wasn't because they found a cure. You know, it was because people were far enough apart, and it. What?
Remember fever?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, scarlet fever.
I had scarlet fever when I was a kid. And you know that the Pink Floyd line, when I was a child, I had a fever. My hands felt just like 2 balloons, right? Which is sick. My face puffed up so bad you couldn't identify me. Like my face was swollen, completely bulging, and I had a fine rash all over my skin from scarlet fever when I was a kid. Really bad. And that's what that relation to is, because it made you puff up and you swelled up and you were covered in this like chicken pox like rash. It was awful. And like that just went away, just plowed through, got who it got. We just kind of went, well, shit, we now have the ability to respond in ways we didn't before. So everybody is, but in a lot of ways, parts of this are going to work its way through. And the only thing that will stop it or slow it down is what they did before, but like people just lock themselves in their house. And thank you, Benny Loco, for the super chat. So yeah. So anyways, so you're getting tested. What time are you doing it tomorrow?
1 o'clock.
All right. Are you live streaming it on your Instagram or anything like that? Are you doing Insta TV with it? Let us know. Yeah. Because it's a straight up must see TV, because people are going to want to know what the process is like. If you manage to get down there and actually get one, are they doing the swab? They're going to stick the swab all the way up your nose and wiggle it in the back and make you cough all over the.
Are they?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
It looks a little bit like this. It looks a little bit like this. Yep, you got it. It's right there on the tip. See that? That's COVID. They do it with a They do it with a drumstick. If you're lucky, it's not a turkey leg. Look.
Well, I won't know for like a week though, right? I won't know for a week.
I don't know which test they're going to give you. That depends. It should be 48 hours at this rate.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't know. The email said like, I don't know. It's so funny.
Well, if it's a week, you'll be through it.
Yeah. I hope I'm through it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's here. Nothing is. I mean, it's gotten better. But you know what I'm going to tell you real quick? That I called my niece, who's a ER nurse, and she's also like going to almost getting her physician's assistant.
Mm-hmm.
I said, all right, tell me, and she was like, first of all, she's from Georgia, so she's like, hold on, I'm on a turkey hunt. I got to get these. Hold on. And I'm like, okay. You hear like, okay, now this is gonna sound weird, but this is what somebody told me they did.
Right.
She told me to take a blow dryer to my face.
Take a what?
A blow dryer to my face. All the time. She said, just do it whenever you can do it. She said somebody did it and they got better. And I was like, okay. She said, just because the heat kills the coronavirus. And she said, just do it just put your.
So you lower the dose. That's you would be lowering the amount of viral content in your mucous membranes. In theory.
Yeah, I don't know. She goes, that's what she said in theory. She said, I don't know, but she said she got better. So she goes, just try it. 3 days ago, I've gotten slowly better.
Okay.
Slowly on the mend. And today has been great because I slept all day like the last 2 days. So today I'm not sleeping. I'm here talking to you. Even though I should probably go soon because I totally am getting.
Yes.
It's too much.
Yes. I just wanted to hop on with you. The half hour is fine. I just wanted to check in with you, make sure you're good, let everybody know because people, after we saw your Instagram post, we all got worried about you, and I reached out a couple of times, but like, I'm gonna need a check-in, make sure you're all right.
So sweet. I will say, be vulnerable here. I won't cry now because I just almost did a little bit, but as much as I've been making fun of it, I've cried quite a bit because I'm alone,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been very vulnerable, and then like, I mean, just I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't like being alone, and because I got the pulse oximeter in the last 2 days, that made me feel better. But I will say, people have dropped off stuff at my house. People have been so nice,
Aw.
and I just feel like, but I've actually been wanting to get better just because I'm like, people are so nice. Not that I'm gonna die because people suck,
Right.
but the energy. It makes
Yes.
me like it does jumpstart your human spirit.
Yeah.
For some reason, I've been like, I'm gonna get well, and then I pass out.
Right.
Because I'm like, but I'm just saying. So thank you, everybody. And I don't want to sound, but it is more vulnerable that I'm letting on. But people have been so nice because I don't want to leave I don't want to, just in case, give it to somebody else. So people are dropping off.
That's really sweet.
Anyway, that's it.
All right.
So thank you for checking up on me, which is even sweet too. I'm like, oh, how?
Yeah. Well,
You took time.
we do so many shows together. A lot of the people that, I do shows with, they think about you as part of the family a lot of, just like I do. So we worry about you when you go off to Bali to get, your bat blood enema or whatever you do for your health.
You know what? I do feel like it is like the Cleopatra, like, what is it? Bat's blood? All for my face. Yes, to make me look young.
Right.
You forget a real
Totally.
India.
So we will be checking in repeatedly. Thank you, Jill Carter, for giving us a thumbs up. That was really sweet. Benny,
I know, I love it. Okay.
And Carl says, you're not alone. I was following your postings from overseas when you were over there. Whoops, I'll move this out of the way so it's not. Thank you, Jill Carter. And yeah, Carl says, you're not alone. I was following your postings overseas.
Oh, no.
Charles is sending energy to you. Amy.
I do believe, I know it's a little kumbaya-ish, but I do believe in the whole, like, you know what I mean? Like, so when you think about somebody and all of a sudden you're like, I don't know, I feel good right at this minute.
Yeah.
Because
it's
I just
lesson in interconnectivity. Absolutely. I have no problem with that. I'm not a skeptic in that regard. Prayer has its value. Sometimes literally there is a healing effect just from knowing someone is praying for you and they tell you, we're praying for you to get better. You can see actually when someone hears that a rise in their white blood cell count and all that kind of your immune response, because so you are wanted, you are needed, you are loved. We missed you.
You are loved,
Charlene. We need to see all your lonely new material about being where you got to play spinster for a month with no cat and don't get one.
I miss.
Yeah, cats catch it and they can spread it, by the way. Yeah, so
I feel like just as we somebody from Versailles, Kentucky's like, dear Charlotte.
Dear Charlotte, listen, I love you so much, even though you can't pronounce Versailles. Listen here. Seattle Suzy Q says, I've seen Charlene several times with Hal. So happy you're doing better. Lupe says, I agree with that. It's comfort when people know, when people know that you're praying for them and stuff. So, yeah. Thank you, Christina. She's sending hugs. Well, we're going to...
What is the donate?
Huh?
That for?
I've got Super Chat on my channel, so people will do Super Chats on there. It's really sweet of them. Since our line of work is now illegal. So there you go. Although I may, Flappers is doing live shows where they're doing, once you get past this, talk to Barbara and them and have them set up where you can do a live show for that. So, hi.
I did right before.
I'm live streaming with Charlene. Do you want to say hi?
Summer?
Summer's here. Yeah.
Hi. You guys, look how pretty you look, even in quarantine.
It's true. It's true. She's the belle of quarantine.
Oh no.
It's true.
See you.
Hi.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Good.
Yeah. She's getting tested tomorrow,
Oh, good.
in theory. So we've been through this bunch. I'm gonna let her go because she's got to
Nervous?
save her breath, literally.
Well, my heart's like,
Yeah.
I'm getting,
Well, I'm
but
I have a few friends that have tested positive that
Yeah.
I know. So.
a bunch of dancers.
Yeah.
So.
it's positive.
Yeah.
Mhm.
One
How are-
was in the hospital in LA.
Don't freak her out. She's
No,
just.
I know,
no,
but
I know.
she was. I mean, she's come out.
No, everybody
She's-
does. Heart, guess what? Body died. Your age. Bye.
Bye, click. Right. Yeah. No. She's
I
fine.
Love you. Stay safe and healthy. You'll be great.
All right.
Mm.
Well, it's good to see
I'm making
you. You guys are so cute. Oh.
Aw.
Aw.
I'll have some.
You want some?
Yeah, of course. All right. Love you. I'm so lonely. No. No, we're doing good. Ethan's over, and I made him one of my world famous submarine sandwiches today. I call it the gamers.
They're like not even wanting people to go to the grocery store
Yeah,
or the farm.
yeah. I have to, because we're getting near the bottom of our fresh provisions, because we've got cans and of stuff. And before the weekend, when everybody panics, I'm doing one last fresh trip to the store. You want to see what I'm wearing? You want to see my mask? I got a mask that will work. You want to see it? This is what I'm going to wear when I'm grocery shopping.
Oh yeah.
It's good. It's got proper ventilation.
That's fantastic.
It protects my eyes and my mouth, and it'll work.
This is how I'm going out.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
This is the thumbnail for this thing or whatever. So wave with that over your head.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Perfect. Yeah. So this is and don't think I'm just wearing it by itself. I've got a cape and everything, so it'll be good. But yeah, this is, and then I of course I pick up all my groceries with this. I don't touch anything. Can you pass the apples?
Come here, Summer.
Come here. Come on, baby. Let's have a little coronavirus safe fun.
Stop it. Very good.
So yeah. So hold on. Put that out of the way. All right, enough comedy jokes. Okay. So rest. Check in with me tomorrow. I'm dead serious when I'm saying document your journey when you go to get tested, because I know a lot of people are curious about the process, how easy or how hard it is.
Wasn't easy getting it.
No, not at all. So I'm curious once you go there. Yeah. So keep us all informed, and that way we can also check and make sure you're okay. If need be, I can send the troops to get you if anything goes south. So we'll send a squadron.
What does that mean? What do you mean goes bad? Nothing's going bad.
No, I mean, in case you're like, it's 3 hours and I'm getting, I'll send one of my ne'er-do-well friends.
I don't know if anyone want to pick me up. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, good idea.
Do you want to pick up a corn? Oh, can I say this? I don't know if I can say this.
I don't know.
Say this? And I should go. I know you have to go, and I should go.
Yeah.
But I would say this is what it must feel like, and I'm not saying that I am comparing myself to who have AIDS, but I will say people have been so weird, like, oh, well, almost get away from me, like, not even come near the door. Nobody will they get so like, I was like, oh, open the door. They go, just stay away. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay. Not like people have been so like, she didn't tell anybody. Now she was around me 3 weeks ago. I'm like, okay, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Right.
Thank you. I get a little hostility on some people.
Right.
Like not even saying, are you okay? Like angry, like, there you had to go.
Well,
and get us all.
Right.
didn't even know. I'm like, what? Anyway.
You and your
I'm just
stupid
saying.
bat blood facials go and fuck it up for everybody, Charlene.
We say.
All right, well, get some rest. I'm not going to make you talk longer. You got to go. You're wonderful. Thanks to everybody who's in the chat room. I will see you guys a little bit later. Thanks for hopping on here. Look at her. She knows what she's doing. She's coughing into her elbow. Charlene Comedy is her Twitter feed, if you don't follow already, and her Instagram as well. And when all this is said and done, she and I will be back doing shows together as well. So heal well, stay hydrated, breathe deep, and we'll see you soon, Charlene. Love you.
All right, bye.
Okay.
Love you. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye.